Hey folks, it's Ben. I'm here with our second engine that is broken in the Briggs and Stratton line. I'm going to try to make this video quicker and to the point, so I'm not really going to explain how things go together. I'm just going to take them apart and you can watch and infer. Here's our issue. Definitely connecting rod related, but how bad, I don't know. So let's investigate that out. So I'm just going to go ahead, it'll be low narration. I'm just going to go ahead, take it apart. If you have any questions, check out the other video I just did. If not, then ask them here too, and we'll get to the disassembly. Figured I'd bring you in for this cool thing. See how the cylinder casting is a separate? It's not separate, but there's quite a gap there to help keep these valves cool, because this will be super hot. These will want to stay as cool as they can. She's running hot on the exhaust valve clearly, and the intake's not too bad, and the cylinder is actually fairly nice. There's no ridges just from where it's been sitting. But here we go. Actually, these don't like to come off nice, do they? Free from the bearing. What do we got? Come on. Governor gear. Yep, there's the bottom end of the connecting rod is right here. A bunch of pieces actually. Have anything that grips in there so I don't have to get so oily? Yeah, these are not good, but I'll use them anyway. Like it broke. Like it's broken from the piston, so that could, in theory, I know it moves, could come all the way out. Now if we put it up right, we should be able to spin it actually, now that it's free. Yep, we're sitting on the one bearing. So, might have been oil starvation that killed this poor guy. Tough to say. That's got, still has an E-clip on it? I'm not sure. Thought it was just pressed in between the two covers, but seems the cam's kind of, well, I still got the springs on it, so they're still pushing down, so that might be, there's the governor. Against, and then here's the mechanical governor, and how it works obviously is the faster it goes, these little weights here, and they're not very big, they press out, right? They push out and lift that button, And that button presses on this little rod here, and as you can see, it runs the rod that runs the throttle. So your throttle controls the spring pressure that holds this back or forth. So long story short, you know, there's a plastic gear in the that actually physically pops out and keeps the speed where you want it to be through that. So that's pretty cool. And usually that gets destroyed by the time I'm this far in it. All right, well, let me put you back up there and we'll see if we can pop this cam out. I'm gonna insert this section into the video because I apparently didn't hit record on the camera when I was popping these valves out. So here we have the two valves, and in order to get the cam out, there's pressure on those valves, right? The cam pushes against these, it squeezes against the block, and so this surface is really squished against the block here by this spring. And it's held on with this retainer. And the key to getting this retainer off is knocking it to the side. So if I take the spring and just release it a little bit, you can see that there's a double hole on this right here. Can't see it very well. There you go. You see how the valve kind of fits through and then over? And that's how it locks in. And then when you need to get it off, you tilt it off, it pops out. The spring will push it off. It's like a big keyhole. And so if you have your spring like this, you get in there with a screwdriver and you just keep pushing it over. And it's sometimes hard to see in there. You just keep pushing it over until finally it'll pop out like so. And then your valve will just come right out. And then you pry everything else out. And that's how you get those out. So I was just getting there, popped it out. Cam came right off once the pressure was released. There are some lifters that I've already thrown away probably that were pushing against it, making it kind of harder to get. Once you get those out, it comes out and away you go. So this hot mess is now ready for the dump. Technically the block is good. It's got a bunch of shrapnel in it, but if you have any questions on this or any of the other videos that we have, feel free to ask them. Subscribe to our channel Turbo 231 for more awesomeness and take valves bigger than the exhaust, no surprise. And I'll see if I explain the keepers right or if that got cut. And yeah, we just had a failure of the connecting rod, or actually this would be, yeah, the connecting rod bearing. And you can see it's quite ripped in there. And just too much friction. And this might have been after the fact. Could have been going all out, and then bam, and it broke it after something seized, no doubt. So looks like that's our fault, or the fault of the motor there. I don't think this comes out. Yeah, it does. And there's our little pin and our little oil check. Neat part is that's drilled into the side there, right? So you can take the plug out and it goes right to the bottom. Where they didn't do it, it's solid. There's no drill, there's no hole there at all. So they drill her all the way through. That's kind of neat. You guys have a good day. I'm gonna leave you with 20 seconds of me throwing stuff away.